Nobody wants to follow that one. I'll do a less exciting one just to set lower expectations for everybody else. Hang on one second here. So I think it was last week or the week before I talked about the audit logs being available. And I also talked about query tagging. So I actually put those two things together. This is for our own data. And so what I did was I have our audit logs are activated and writing to an S3 bucket, which we have several customers doing, and we can do for any customer, only for our own. This is, our S3 bucket is only for our own internal instances activity. And then we also have query tagging active now. So this is available for Snowflake and BigQuery. So we're of course using Snowflake. All of our queries are tagged. And I can join between the query tag. There's an ID in the query tag that I can join to the audit logs to understand where did the query come from. And I can produce analyses like this. So I can see, what is the total number of minutes that a dashboard is spent running queries in Snowflake. And so, I can go and see which this dashboard is. It's probably not. Yeah, it's the customer usage dashboard. No surprise there. There's some more advanced stuff you can do here. There's a way to infer which queries were cached. So we could do some analysis on percentage of cache hits as well. I did not have time to build that analysis, but it is possible. And then I also have their user level data. So I can go in here and, same exact analysis, who are the users producing the most or spending the most time querying. And if I go here, I just tag the ID. Who is it? Oh, it's Johnny. Lots more possibilities. And also I suck at building dashboards. So you could build a nice, pretty dashboard on this. The amount of history I have available right now is a couple days. So you couldn't really build anything interesting over time yet. But I think that would be, once we have that data accrued, I think it'd be really interesting to see this, week by week. I think I've heard a shocking amount of interest from prospects on this question of, hey, I just want to really understand resource consumption in my warehouse. This data is a very granular look at where queries are coming from, which should give them the ability to answer just about any question they want.
And is this just on for everyone right now? How does this get turned on or sort of become available?
So query tagging is on for anyone using Snowflake and BigQuery. The tags are being applied. The audit logging is opt-in, needs to be set up by us. So I think we've activated it, including us, only 3 or 4 customers so far. So it's pretty new. I think if we get the word out about it, I would suspect that people will be interested in it.
I think just posting the demo, people will ask. So I think we just want to know, are we just willing to turn it on for anyone?
Yep, it can write to S3 right now. So there's probably a feature request incoming for support for the Google Cloud storage, but we can do that. We've already spec'd that out. It's not a big lift. And then there's probably also either a blog post or a documentation post or both talking about how you kind of wire it all together. Because I had to ingest the JSON data from S3 into Snowflake. Then I had to just set up the proper join conditions in Omni.
Would we ever just ingest all the logs ourselves across all of our customers and do all of that for them? For the people that essentially don't actually want their own logs, they just want to be able to explore their logs.
Sort of expose it as a connection.
Exactly. Not even as a connection. Expose it as dashboards in the usage dashboard, or a topic in the usage dashboard.
Yeah, the thought would be allow them to as a part of the product have cost performance, analytics effective.
We could. could just, I mean, we can think about the best way to collect this data, right? I mean, the data is available. We just have to collect it and store it somewhere, so absolutely can do that too.
Yeah. I think every single customer wants like a handful of dashboards around this stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think in that case, honestly, it would probably I would skip the store in S3 steps, et cetera. I just write it directly to Snowflake, probably using RudderStack. So yeah, very, very possible.
cool.